Hey, come on in, have a seat. My name is Kevin Maurer, and I'll be serving as the professor for this EDU 850 course. My background is as a principal. I've been an interim superintendent and an English teacher. I have the chance right now to run an early college program on the city's south side here in the Indianapolis area. So I've worked, my background in terms of experience has been Ann Arbor, Chicago, Detroit, and Indianapolis. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're ready to join this great journey called research. And you've been building up to this throughout your program, and now it's all here. The APA style you've been working on is now you get a chance to use it in something that will help yourself, your own practice, as well as your school. And that is truly exciting. And that's my favorite part of the job, when you can take all that work and do something different today, tomorrow, next year, the year and the following year, and really improve your practice. What is action research? That's really what we're going to get into during this first week. So that thinking of a question, figuring out how to collect data, collecting data, analyzing the data, and then reflecting. That reflection piece is so important. And I look forward to doing that with you and guiding you through that. What could you do during the first week or leading up to the first week? You definitely have a few questions to answer, introducing yourself and thinking about yourself as a researcher. But really, what I would do is get the handbook and the template. Those are two of your three best friends. Get to know them, walk through them backwards and frontwards, understand them. If you have questions about them, email me. This is the time, because that will guide your path if you understand those things throughout the rest of the 8 weeks of the course. If you don't understand pieces of this, like how to use first person or how to set up your literature review, you'll read these again with more specificity as we go through, but I would read them generally. It will probably take you 45 minutes to an hour. And it's worthwhile this weekend as we launch into our first week of class. If you have any questions, they will come up and you might be curious, let me know. I'll be doing a video every week in and around the Indianapolis area, trying to liven up the background. Today we're here in my kitchen. I'm waiting for my kids to get home from school, so I had a moment to come and speak to you. I'll be posting these Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. They'll address verbally what we'll be doing this week, because I try to hit everything with the videos that we have, the text, as well as the handbook and the template. The second thing that I would do is get yourself registered for the city certification. That's the research ethics piece of the course, and it takes a long time. So I'm used to bloodborne pathogens and things you can kind of breeze through quickly. The city courses are not that way. City courses are time consuming, as well as a challenge to answer correctly, and you have to get them right to move forward. So I would really take the time. They're pretty labor intensive, paragraphs after paragraphs after paragraphs. It's not watching a video and then answering a question in 15, 20 minutes. It's not that. Get started on city before the heavy writing starts. Next week, I'll be trying to set up a phone call with you. Why do I do that? It's to touch base. Here's a couple guidelines I would say. For one, if you're struggling for longer than 15 or 20 minutes, give me a call or give me a text, and we can set something up. My first year of doing this, sometimes I would exchange 20 emails. I would pick up the phone because it felt like the 20 emails were getting us nowhere, and I could solve the problem with the student in about 10 or 15 seconds. So when the emails are going back and forth and there seems to be some miscommunication, let's pick up the phone and talk to each other live and in person. I'm going to have virtual office hours twice a week, Thursdays and Fridays from 9 to 10. I'll hang out in the Collaborate part of the Blackboard course. However, I'm also going to be setting up those 2 phone calls with you, and I'm ready whenever you need it. So don't think I'm setting up those office hours because we're trying to be available, but my preference would be if you're working 11 a.m. and you've got a question, send me an email, probably more than text, and then at night you could text, say, hey, can you give me a quick call? I got about an hour on my prep, trying to work this through. Can you give me a call? And I'd like to do it as needed, but I am going to have those virtual office hours so you know that you have access to me. When you're struggling for 10 to 15 minutes, and maybe it's stretching to 20, and you just don't feel like you have an idea where to start, that's when to ask me questions. And a lot of times students will say they appreciate it. That's why I'm here. I don't really have to do as much lecture or going over content as you might in a traditional leadership class. My job is to guide you through this process. So never feel like you're putting me out asking questions. That's not the case. So 2 questions to answer this week. The first is, how is my action research going to affect my school and my classroom? So that's the first question you'll need to answer this week. The second one is, here's my background, this is what I've done. How might the questions I'm considering be impacted by who I am, myself as a researcher? The third thing is, in the prayer and life section of our course, there's introductions. I've already put mine up there. So please put all of your introductions in there so your classmates know who you are. Particularly at the end of the course, we're going to be working intensively with one another. So knowing who we are and where we're coming from can really help read other people's work and help other people read your work so that's easy to digest. I hope you have a great time with this course. I know I'm looking forward to doing it and experiencing fall with you. And if you have any questions, I will attach my email address, which is through Concordia, as well as my cell phone number, which you can text or call. So do that at any point in time so that we can connect and work through this. You're all going to come out on the other side of this with great research papers. You're going to read through that first template and you're going to think, wow, how am I going to do this in 8 weeks? And then at the end, you're going to say, wow, I can't believe this only took 8 weeks. I can't wait to get started on my research. Thanks so much. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll talk soon.